Hello. Alright, let me set up. It's time to set up. You know what it is? Setup time. Let's pull up that chat. Here's chat. Here's everyone. Look, everyone's here. Everyone. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Okay, here's. Make the window bigger. Here we go. I can't even talk. I don't even know how to talk. Okay, well. It is Wednesday again. You know what time it is? It's Wednesday. Let me turn this down. I think this is usually 42. That's the epic number. Alright, welcome. Welcome Stream Elements. Welcome Duck. Welcome Snackaracko. Shima Panic. Weeberinos. Undies VT. Deffins. Hamflow. Lakeit, thank you for the 4 months. 4 months. It's a long time. That's several months. That's like 2 months, but doubled. It's like 2 to the second power. It's many months. It is Wednesday. As I've said multiple times. Today's Wednesday. We're back here on the lake as usual. I'm gonna be here to discuss various things, as we usually do on Wednesdays. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Today I went to work, and by went to work I mean I was at home as usual. It's basically exactly the same as the past few months. And then you guys know what? It's starting to get brighter outside. The last time when I streamed on Wednesday, I commented about how it's not really that dark anymore at 5 p.m. Well, you know what? Today, before I started the stream and I went to the kitchen to get my water, I didn't even need to turn on the lights. What's up with that? That's pretty cool. It was still light outside. I could still see things without needing to turn on the light in the kitchen. And that's pretty cool. I like when it's 5 p.m. and it's not dark outside. It's pretty cool. Also, welcome Slime Molder and Yuzuki. What is that? Is that a mine? Is that an asterisk? Oh, that's a sun. It's kind of weird how some emoji, they have, some of them are still like Unicode, like they look like letters. The other ones, some of them are, they got special shapes. Not the sun, though. I'm gonna assume that's the sun. Also, welcome over to Oa. It's very close to dark. Not where I am. Actually, maybe in a few minutes. Probably in a few minutes it'll get dark. You know what, actually? I think it is dark. Let me look outside. No, I can still sort of see. My door is here, by the way. For people wondering the physical layout of my room. You got a door over here. You got a wall. You got a... Okay, this is a... There's a cabinet right here. Right here's a desk. There's a desk right here. Here's my chair. Yeah, it's not a door, that's water. Welcome, Tag Barrel. No, this is the door. You guys just don't see it. I see it though. If I tilt my head upward, I can see it. It's right here. So you haven't seen the sun in 5 days. It's been overcast and snowing. Snowing? That sounds unpleasant. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe it's pleasant. Some people out there enjoying snow. Not me though. When I see snow, I'm like, man, I wish it wasn't snowing. But it is nice sometimes. Doxers, write that down. I have a wall, a door, and a desk. I actually have multiple desks. I have a desk for my computer. I have a desk for, like here's my water, right? It's on this desk. The computer's on that desk. MTV Cribs is a lot different than I remember. Did they ever have an episode where some guy just went on a lake? He's like, here's my crib. It's the lake. That's right, I'm living out here on a lake. There's my desk over there. There's my entertainment room. It's a cave. It's dangerous. I would not recommend going in there. Also, yes, I do live in a room. I would imagine most people do. Most places have several rooms. In fact, this place could just be like a really big room. You know, that's a room over there. The cave is a room. Anyway, that's it. Welcome Mirkern as well. Party rockers. Party rockers in the house tonight. Today even. But anyway, yeah, I got nothing to talk about. I'm done. That's that's all my concepts. Everything I wanted to discuss. What the heck? That's a slime. Yo, slime molder? Which slime is this? Slime molder, have you molded the slime before? Is the bear a roommate or furniture? Some people will argue that the bear's not real. But it definitely is real. Actually, its Party Rock is. And then there's that comic. Let's see, in The Hitchhiker, the entire world is a room to one guy that lives in a tiny yard. Yeah, the one guy from Derma Streams. The one guy. That's cool though. I've never read that book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But many people reference it. You know, 42 though? I know the references. 42? Look, guess what? 42 right here. That's the answer to whatever. That's a classic meme. Yo, he knows the references, he knows the memes. That's the only thing I know about that that book. It's a book, right? It's probably also a movie. That's the only thing I know. The number 42. What do they do in that book? Do they hitchhike across the galaxy? Do they're just chilling? They just make references to things? Look at that, the number 42. But yeah, maybe I should fish today. I saw actually, oh shoot, there's a moose. I saw, before I started my stream, I saw Alice Sawyer is also doing a fishing Zatsudan stream. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when people do fishing in games. It's a guide to hitchhike across the galaxy. So they don't actually do it. They just are like, if I were to do it, here's how I would do it. But I don't know if he's actually done it. You know, people writing self-help books, people writing books about how to become successful. It's like that. One guy hitchhikes as the Earth is demolished to make an interstellar highway. How does that work? The Earth, what was it demolished by? Lasers? You'll always be my favorite fishing-based streamer. That's right. I am a based streamer. Based on fishing. I don't know, I feel like... So, I think I was watching Chokerjack's stream yesterday, and she mentioned... You know, like, games typically have fishing in them. It's always like a mini-game, right? You're always like, okay, here's the main game. And then here's like a side thing you can do, it's fishing. But I had the idea of like, what if you had a fishing game? Where fishing was the main game, but then it had like all these little mini-games, you know? Like, you know how Fire Emblem has a fishing mini-game? You could have a fishing game. And inside that fishing game, there's like a tactical RPG mini-game you could play. You know, you could do every possible game genre as a minigame. And while you're fishing, you can just do other stuff. I think actually in VR, there's like a Game Boy emulator or some sort of emulator. You could pull it into whatever VR game you're in, and then just play like you have like a physical Game Boy in VR, and you could just play it. So it's like having any sort of minigame in VR. Also, welcome Admiral Kobayashi. Let's see, recently started playing Animal Crossing on my 3DS. The fishing there is always comfy. I feel like, in my opinion, the 3DS Animal Crossing was probably my favorite one. It's pretty good. I feel like that's the one I spent the most time on. They've never managed to capture the same level of I don't even know how to describe it. The same level of good video game since. Let's see, aliens parodying terrible human bureaucracy. The first books are generally just him and a couple of his buddies going places. What else is he gonna do? The restaurant at the end of the universe book. There's some being oh man, being hungry and getting a snack. How did they travel across the galaxy? Did they have like spaceships? It's like in the future where they invented spaceships on Earth, and then they just started flying around. Were these spaceships for individual people or large groups of people? Because I feel like in a lot of fiction, you know, spaceships are these huge, massive devices, and then you got like only a few people flying in them. You rarely ever see like, you know, public transportation space vehicles, right? It's always like one guy and his like small crew. They're just flying around. Where's the space public transport? Gotta have like a cruise ship in space. Wait, WALL-E had something like that. There's stuff like that. So much better than the Switch one? I think so as well. I think the Switch Animal Crossing focused way too much on customizing your island. And like that's fun. It's like, you know, when I was playing the 3DS Animal Crossing, I was like, man, it'd be cool if they had more customization in this game for your island. And then they went all in on that, and I thought I would enjoy it. Turns out I don't. Because the animal interactions were really shallow in that game. You know, you would talk to them. They would say the same thing all the time. There's no uniqueness in their dialogue. And I was like, this isn't actually what I want. Let's see, no regret getting the Switch Animal Crossing during lockdown, but I haven't played it since then. I think most people are the same way. Like, during the start of COVID, people had nothing to do. And so, like, you know, if someone had Animal Crossing on Switch, their friends would all be like, yo, I should get that too, because I literally have nothing else to do. I'm stuck at home. And then everyone got it. And then everyone got really burned out. Because they played that game for so many hours, and then they were like, I'm tired of this game. I spent like 500 hours in that game. I'm done. Let's see, Yuzuki says, I feel like the music in New Horizons was too streamlined. It felt like it was one track the whole time. Because you can play New Leaf 3 AM and know it's 3 AM. I feel like when I think of the New Horizons music, the 5 PM one always stood out to me. It sounds, I don't know, it doesn't sound like it fits. But yeah, I did enjoy the music in the older games better. Something about that. Also, welcome Pink Popo. And also, I think they had different variations, right? It's like when you played it in like the winter or when it was raining, it was the same song but slightly different. Actually, I don't know if they had that in the Switch version either. They probably did. But I feel like it was less noticeable. I don't know. Man, Animal Crossing. I wonder what the next game's gonna be like. See, they travel in a shoe-shaped spaceship for groups of people. I see space travel. That's how it is. You guys ever been to space? I've talked about this. We're actually in space right now. By being in Earth, on the Earth is in space. Let's see, here there were no lockdowns, so nothing happened. People barely bothered putting on masks, no matter how sick they were. Sweden, right? Was Sweden... I remember back then, there was like a ranking of like which countries had the most COVID cases. Where did Sweden rank on that? It's my impression that I didn't hear anything about it, so maybe it wasn't that high up. I'm not sure. Maybe it was fine. I do remember at the start of COVID, everyone was like, oh, look at China, it's so bad over there. Good thing we don't have it over here in the US. Man, it would suck. Actually, I remember, I said the word actually 3 times. Around when it started being a thing, I was like planning my trip to Japan, And then like COVID wasn't really in the US that much yet, and I wasn't that concerned. But I was like, man, I'm gonna like go to Japan, and it's gonna suck. There's gonna be COVID everywhere. I would rather stay home. And then I stayed home, and then it got worse here than it is in Japan. Anyway, that's something. So your mom has 1,000 hours in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Does she have her own? Your mom has her own 3DS? Or like, you guys ever have like your parents just ask to play video games, and then they borrow your console, and then they really enjoy it, and then they're just on it all the time? That has not happened to me, but I've heard it happen to some people. Also specifically with New Horizons, actually. I think I remember watching when Holo Ian first debuted, around their debut time. I think Ina had, like, she was playing Animal Crossing, and she mentioned her mom, like, played it more than she did. She, like, was creating her town, and her mom was there. It's pretty cool. I feel like a lot of people, probably a lot of people's first game was actually New Horizons. Like, it probably got a bunch of people that were otherwise not interested in gaming to try it out. It's like the gateway game. See, Hamflo really likes making the pixel art stuff in New Horizons. That's probably a good chunk of my 300 hours. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can make custom hats. You can make shirts. You can make designs. You can make a flag. I think I didn't even bother editing my flag in Animal Crossing. Or in the Switch version, at least. I just had the default one that they gave you. Also, welcome Chocojacks. When do we stop being in space? Where's not space? Everywhere is space. If you exist, you're in space. I think when some people say outer space, you know? Outer space? What is inner space? That doesn't even make sense. Is there inner space? Is there an outer space but no inner space? There's my space. The inner space was within us the whole time. It's in our brain. See, I think Sweden did pretty poorly. They didn't shut down as much as other countries. But then why didn't I hear anything about it? I feel like if Sweden did awfully, I probably would have remembered. I don't know, or maybe they did and then I just forgot. I just had selective memory. Let's see, Mirkran says, I legit got a little mad that Sable didn't have much dialogue in New Leaf. I got stuck as the NPC. There's some QR code machine, no new dialogue or variation. I feel like she's like that in most games, right? I don't know, it's like, so in New Horizons, well, in any Animal Crossing game, you're basically like, she's just there, you talk to her every day, eventually she's like, you know, she warms up to you, and she's like, hey, she starts talking more, but then it's just like, and then what? Then it's just that. It's just a way to unlock the QR code machine in every game. It's messed up. Imagine being an NPC in a game, and you imagine if she was aware, if she had the awareness that she was an NPC in a game, and then she's like, okay, you're only talking to me because I'm like blocking you from getting the QR code machine. Any sort of game where you raise your friendship with someone, you know, okay, you're only talking to me because you want to raise my friendship level because I have an item that you want. You could do that in real life, actually. If someone is trying to be friends with you and you don't want to be friends with them, and they're being too pushy, just say, and just be like, okay, look, I know what you're doing. I'm an NPC. You want to raise the friendship points. I don't have the item that you want. No. Have I ever done that? No. But I'm imagining it right now. And I'm describing it. Let's see, I heard 5 p.m. so much when I arrived at parents' place. That's when I'd arrive and it would be blasting. Yeah, the 5 p.m. New Horizons. Someone's like... Whatever. That sounded like the dog. The dog of wisdom. She played every Animal Crossing since the Wii one for insane hours. Did she ever stay up? I remember when I was a kid and I had the GameCube Animal Crossing. I would share the town with my cousin who would visit every few weeks, but there were times when he would stay up late at night just to see like what happened, you know, because it was dark. I think a ghost shows up. I never saw the ghost in the GameCube Animal Crossing because I never stayed up that late. But my friend did, or my cousin did. He stayed up. He was like, "Oh, I saw the ghost," and I was like, "What do you mean?" This was back before the internet was really well. The internet did exist, but it wasn't as big as it is. So you couldn't just go online and be like, "Is the ghost in Animal Crossing real?" I mean, I guess you could, but I didn't. That's cool. It was cool though. Let's see, Tetris. Yo, Tetris was cool. Let's see, apparently we are number 48 on the leaderboard of deaths. Sweden? Dang. I didn't know if Sweden did that badly. Well, 48 out of like 200 something, right? Inner Space, then she got, yeah, in MySpace. You guys remember MySpace? Inner Space. Isn't that a Vocaloid song? Inner Space. Oh, Outer Science. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. Keeps on disable. She opens up true. See, the problem with Sweden doesn't have any laws that allow lockdowns to happen. They pretty much pretended everything was fine, but some other countries that have massive lockdowns had worse. So I don't know what to think anymore. Well, good thing we're done with that, right? Good thing COVID's no longer a thing. Good thing everyone can go outside now in safety and not have to worry about anything. Wouldn't it be messed up if COVID was still a thing? Haha. Yeah, that would suck. It would suck if it was still a thing. Good thing it doesn't exist anymore. Good thing we've eradicated COVID. Satire. It's satire. It's funny because it's sad. It's sad because it's still around. See, Pink Popo said, did the same thing with the GameCube Animal Crossing with my cousin too, until my cousin started non-stop time skipping to play the content. I was never really into that. You know, to me, you know, there's people that have different thought processes around time skipping in Animal Crossing. I feel like I'll just play the game normally, you know? I'll just wait. I'll have patience. I never had the desire to time travel. You know, you're playing The Sims with cheats. Exactly. You need the artificial time-gated, the time-gating of content. Otherwise, there's like that. Otherwise, you realize how shallow the game really is. You don't want that. You need the artificial scarcity. Some people need that. Let's see. Do villagers do stuff at night? Animal Crossing nightclubs. Some villager types will stay up later at night. But they're basically doing the same thing that they do in the daytime. But I remember, I've told this story when I first got the 3DS Animal Crossing. You know how like games usually release at midnight? It's a weird thing that, like when you play Animal Crossing, right? And you buy the game, it comes out at midnight. You play it at midnight, all the villagers are gonna be sleeping. And so it just feels bad, right? Because it's like, okay, wow, can't wait to, you know, see my town, talk to my villagers. It's like midnight, you go there, everyone's like, hey, welcome. And then as soon as you finish the tutorial, they all just go into their home and go to sleep. If you're lucky enough to have like a villager who stays up, then you could talk to them. Thankfully, I had one in my town. There was I specifically remember Avery, the bird. There was a bird named Avery. He stayed up. I stayed up until like 3 a.m. just talking to him. He gave me a cool shirt. It was my first day. But I feel like it was cool that in New Horizons, when you first start the game, they make it daytime, regardless of what time of day it actually is. So you actually get to, you know, walk around chatting with your villagers. And then once you're done with the tutorial, then they bring you back to real time. So that's pretty cool. Wolfie, who's my favorite villager? Sorry if I missed it. There's a cat named Felicity who's really good. I have a few favorites. Felicity's good. Avery is good. When I played the DS Animal Crossing, there was a villager named Elmer. He's like a horse. It's like a lazy looking horse. I've told this story before about how he was my favorite villager in that game. And so people who are not familiar with Animal Crossing, there are some times when your villager will move out. Like if you if you play with a friend online or like in person, there's a possibility that your villager will decide to move to your friend's town. And so I was just playing with my cousin, and then one day Elmer was like, "Hey, I'm gonna move out," and I was like, "What? No, you can't do that. You can't do this to me, Elmer." I tried talking to Elmer all day, trying to convince him to stay, but then he didn't. He did not stay. And then I found out he moved to my cousin's town. Like, what the heck? What the heck, man? I thought we were friends. Why are you leaving? Why'd you go to my friend? Why'd you go to my cousin's town? I could not get him back. Anyway, that was something. Why would you ever want to go online? I want to hang out with your friends. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird that they did that though. Some people would avoid going online because they don't want their villagers to move. Anyway, I don't think I greeted Cozy Sue. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Imagine can't time skip. Wait, I read this already. I've not heard about people talking about COVID for months unless they want to flex how much of a humanitarian they are and compare COVID shots. If people do that, do they bring their COVID card everywhere and compare with people? And look, you got 3 shots. Look, I got 10. I got 10 shots. Whoa. Simirkin says, I don't judge people for time skipping, but I like playing at my slow, boring pace. I agree. I don't know, one time I did a trade with someone, and she had all these items that I wanted, and she's like, oh, look, I have this item, I have this item. I was like, oh, that's cool. I would like to trade one of my items for one of yours. And then I visited her town, and she was like, I found out she was a time traveler, and then I feel like, you know, maybe this item feels tainted now. It's like, I shouldn't have this. It doesn't feel like, you know, this is validly obtained. Whatever, I kept it though, it's fine. Felicity is so cool. One of the best cat villagers. They troll you extra hard too, asking if they should stay, and then they move anyways. I think at some point they will, you know, if it's possible for them to stay, they'll eventually be like, yeah, okay, you've convinced me, I will stay. But not that time. That time it was locked in place. As soon as he visited, you know, as soon as my cousin came over, the game decided, Elmer, you are moving out. And then he did. I've never seen him again, by the way. Elmer, not even in New Horizons. I went island hopping, you know, a few times. I could not see him. I have not seen him since the DS. And the SSR bivalent booster. Is that when you get the COVID shots from two different types? Like if you have a Moderna and the other ones? I have Moderna. That's the one that I have. See, it feels dirty. Yeah, getting an item from someone who did not obtain it the legit way. Yeah, Pfizer. Okay, Pfizer. Remember Johnson & Johnson? That was the thing. It was like, yo, you can get 2 shots of these, or you can just get 1 shot of Johnson & Johnson. And then they were like, oh, actually, it's like, it gives you a risk of blood clots. And then people were like, man. Remember one of my coworkers, he got the Johnson & Johnson shot. And then the day after, they announced that it would cause blood clots. And he's like, oh man, I hope I don't die now. But he seems fine. I think he was fine. He hasn't died as far as I know. Eventually he will though. Eventually all of us will die. And I'm sure there'll be someone who's like, you know, someone's on their deathbed. Like, man, they're like 90 years old. Man, I shouldn't have gotten that Johnson & Johnson shot. It's his biggest regret. You could say, if he died, you're like, I blame the Johnson & Johnson. Without the Johnson & Johnson shot, I would have lived up until 200. Now I'm only living until 100. Comparing COVID brand shots like they were tattoos. Do people compare their tattoos? Well, okay, they probably do. Their tattoo brands, though. You got your tattoo from this place. What about you should have gotten from this one? Cole got the Johnson & Johnson because multiple needles scary. That's an understandable concern. But you're fine, right? You're not having blood clots. It's fine. Is that still available now? Did they ever they announced they were like recalling it, but did they ever bring it back? Are they out of the out of the COVID vaccine business now? Also, welcome, Miskel. Thanks for the reminder of Johnson & Johnson. Did you get Johnson & Johnson? The blood clot was mostly among... The blood clot thing was among women? Among them? It's among them? Not me, Nath with among... Extra blood clots. Yeah, it's a special flavor. It's a limited edition. Yo, imagine though, you know, it becomes like a commodity. What's the word? A rarity. People years from now, they'll be like, oh man, you got Johnson & Johnson? Man, I wanted that one, but it was like limited edition. It's out of stock now. You can't even buy it. You can't even get it on the black market anymore. You think there's people selling like black market Johnson & Johnson? There probably are, you know. I shouldn't even ask. There's gotta be people like stockpiling Johnson & Johnson. 10 years from now, they'll be like, yo, look what I got. It's before the recall. They probably sell it to impoverished countries that can't get any better stuff. Didn't that happen at some point? Wasn't there some something like that? Women's sauce. Among Us. Among them? Games will start grading shots for auctioning. What is WADA games? Is that a thing? Is that a D's Nuts joke? What if that was a D's Nuts joke? WADA D's. Got them. Got them. 20 years later, they'll have the sealed mint condition Johnson & Johnson. BGS. What's BGS? Is that like BTS? Yo, what if BTS sponsored a COVID shot? Yo, you know what? I'm sure there's probably a lot of like anti-vaxxers who are like K-pop fans, and then they'll be like, okay, I know you guys don't want the vax, but what if BTS released their own one? You can be sure. Everyone... Actually, I don't know how many COVID deniers... Well, what is the overlap of COVID deniers and BTS fans? Probably, I don't know. I would assume it's probably not that big of an overlap. It's probably some. There's definitely some of them. WADA D's company? Is that an actual company? BTS, yeah, BTS. It's always weird when I see people use BTS to mean behind the scenes, you know? They'll be like releasing a video on YouTube that's like, yo, here's the thing we did, here's the BTS of it. And then you're like, whoa, BTS, what? And then you're like, oh right, it's not, it's a different BTS. Yeah, Chocodax understands. I just click on those videos expecting people like in the comments to also be like, what? There's no BTS here. Clickbait. I'm sure there's people like searching BTS on YouTube and then they get all this stuff that's unrelated to the K-pop group. I get the vax for the limited BTS acrylic stand. True. True. Behind the scenes. BTS the scenes. Have I seen the videos of vaccine injuries where people just start shaking? What does that mean? Do they get the vaccine shot and then they just start shaking? They got the shake. They got the COVID shakes. BTS. The famous boy band behind the scenes. Yes. How did they get that name? Bochi? Bochi the scenes? Remember the Harlem Shake? They could have the COVID Shake. Wait, that is a thing. Aren't you like, okay, with like COVID was a thing. People don't shake hands anymore. They do like the elbow thing. Okay, I can't demonstrate this because I don't have an elbow in VR. But like, you know, instead of shaking hands, you just like, I'm still doing it as if you can see it, but like you can't see it. Well, maybe actually, can you see it? Because I don't have trackers. But yeah, it's like, you know, you do the elbow touch. The nod as well. Yeah, the sup nod. So remember the one IGN video where it was how to kill BTS? Oh yeah, I remember that. I think they changed it actually. Yeah, the thumbnail was like how to kill BTS, and it was like what the heck. I'm pretty sure they changed. Yeah, they had to change it. Actually, this one. I'm sure some probably got some people angry. Classic gaming moment. BTs. Let's see, TBF, a guy collapsed next to me just as I took my first shot. Didn't really infuse me with confidence. What? Maybe he was allergic. Maybe he was just tired, you know? What if he didn't sleep? He was just like, you know what, I got the COVID shot, I'm just gonna go to bed, like right here. Right on the spot. Heard that was a potential risk. These videos are of people who got the vaccine a year or more ago. Also, welcome Wiz. Welcome Sleepy Big Wee Wee. I didn't get COVID shots and I still never got sick once. Why would you not get the COVID shot though? You could do it. You could get it. Actually, when I started this job, they in part of the onboarding process, you know, like when you start a new job, they ask you to fill out a bunch of documents, like you know, your I-9 form, your proof of that you live here in the country or whatever. Now they also have a thing where they ask to see your vaccination card. And since everything is remote, apparently they have a policy where they actually have to physically see it. Like you can take a photo of it, but even then, they like get on a Zoom call and you're like, okay, physically show, like pull up the document, put it in front of the camera, move it around so I can confirm that it's real. I thought that was interesting. You know, what if I forged it? You know, I mean, I definitely did not forge it, but what if like someone could do it? Can't you just send your history? No, they have to actually see it. I don't know, maybe that's a thing specific to here. I don't know. Yeah, also vaccine cards, like what's stopping people from just like, you know, just like printing them? I guess people do that, right? That was a thing, some people were selling pre-filled vaccination cards. Or there was like a guy, wasn't there was like a guy who like got 1 billion vaccine shots in order to sell the vaccine cards, and then he died. I think that was a thing. He died from that. He was people that didn't want the vaccine, he would take the vaccines for them. He would give them the card, and then he died. I don't know. That's weird times. You gotta get them views. The guy was fine. Yeah, gotta get that clickbait. Guy dies after getting vaccine shot? Gotta watch this video. He's very excited to finally get it. Yeah, it's like I've been waiting my whole life for this vaccine shot. Can put a no pogging sign. Alright, have a good day at work, Riz. Have a good rest of your day. Those crazy vaccine cards were treated as legitimate. I read this one. I already read this message. Max masking, is the masks still a thing? You know, like people wearing masks? So I went outside this weekend. I feel like most people I saw were not wearing masks. But I was, you know, I'd definitely still wear it. I would continue wearing it forever. Because I'm if I don't, what if I'll be afraid? I'll be like, I'll go outside. If I'm not wearing a mask, I feel like I should not be there. Except, like, you know, when you go to a restaurant, obviously you have to take the mask off because you can't eat through the mask. But what if you could? What if they invented a mask where you could still wear it, but also, like, eat food through it? They could do that. Science. Say, literally die from taking the COVID shot? Yeah. Me. I died. Clickbait. See, I still get the heebie-jeebies from being in crowded places. Yeah, every time I see people going to conventions, or like, you know, like, concerts and stuff like that, I'm like, how do you guys... like, I don't think I could do that. You know, people like, Crunchyroll Expo, all these other expos, Anime Impulse happened recently. Every time I see photos, I'm like, you guys are standing really close to each other. I feel like I'd not be comfortable with this. Sayampo says no one wears masks here anymore. No, it's like, it's Texas, you know, it's huge. Everything in Texas is huge. People are far apart, maybe, possibly. Everyone's in their own cars. That's a thing. See, Tag Barrel says, I never see people with masks, but I like the idea of wearing one when slightly sick. Sick. So I think I'll stick with that. It's at least not completely foreign now. Yeah, if there's one thing that's good about COVID being a thing is that more people wear masks now. Or like it's normalized, you know? I remember the first time I went to Japan, you know, masks are like a common thing there. Every time, if you're sick, people, they'll just wear them. There's no questions. You go on the train, you'll see people with the masks on. But then if you ever did that like in the US, people would look at you like you're weird. But now it's normal. Wasn't it also like the first year of COVID, like the rate of flu or whatever was the lowest it's ever been? Because, you know, people were wearing masks, they were social distancing. Thought that was pretty cool. But that's it. And then people were like, well, I guess we're done with that. And they don't do it. See, Handful says, a couple days ago I went to the store. There was a dude just coughing everywhere. He wasn't wearing a mask. He was like, it's fine, I have my COVID vaccines, probably just the flu. Yeah, people, they'll just be wearing masks and like, oh yeah, it's COVID, no, COVID, that's fine. Other airborne illnesses? No. I don't know. I'm resistant to those somehow. I was actually like, when I went out this weekend, like my uncle's kids were there, they were like coughing all over the place, and I was like, I'm gonna be surprised if I'm not sick after this. You know, because like usually kids are in contact with other kids, and they just like go around touching like random stuff, and they're like coughing all over the place, everywhere. And I saw them coughing. I went home. It's like, I'm probably gonna be sick next week. But I'm not, so I'm surprised. I thought I'd be sick, but I'm not. Maybe I will be at some point. And then I'll be like, it was that kid. It had to be that kid. That one time I went outside 2 months ago, that kid got me sick. 2 months later somehow. The germs are there. And let's see, Chocojack says, I remember watching older shows where characters were in a crowd and it would freak me out. Yeah, sometimes I look at my old photos, like when I went to a convention like 10 years ago or whatever. Everyone's like standing so close together. Like, you could never do this today. And then I think of it like, man, even back then, right? Like the flu was a thing. There was like wasn't there a SARS or whatever? Remember SARS, guys? SARS was a thing many years ago. Oh well. Good thing it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it does. It sort of does. Wear a mask just when you're sick. It's a good habit. It is true. Probably flu. It could be anything. It could be mind virus. It could be the mind goblins, you know? They never consider this. Some people maybe have immunity to it. The flu? Or COVID? Or both. Super COVID? Isn't con flu a thing? Yeah. It's often referred to as different things. There's con flu, there's con SARS. Some people have like the post-con depression. Or whatever. I don't know. I haven't been to a convention since I don't even remember the last time. It was a long time ago. Maybe like 6 years ago at this point. Or 5 years? Might have been 5 years. But those were sometimes. Seeing pictures of like Artist Alley, you know, you would go there. People lining up. I was looking at photos of when I went to like Disney World or Disneyland. I always get them confused. Disneyland is the one in California. I went to Disneyland like 10. Wait, how long ago? It's like 15 years ago, maybe? No, it was like 13 years ago. The lines were so long. I also remember like when COVID was first a thing. You know, all the theme parks shut down. And I think Disney was one of the ones that opened up at some point. And people were like, this is too early. You guys gotta stop. But then they were like, you know, they had videos of like, hey, we're reopening Disney. Finally. And then all the Disney adults were like, yo, let's go. I can finally, it's been like a year. I haven't seen Mickey Mouse in a year. Whoa, I can't wait to go back. And you're like, man, why do you live your life like this? People who base their entire life around going to Disneyland, it's kind of weird to me. I wonder what they did, like, you know, when they closed the theme parks. People who had like the annual passes, like, did they get reimbursed? Imagine there was a guy who bought a Disney yearly pass the day before they closed the park. It must have been awful, you know, like, oh man, I can't wait to the next year, you know, I'm gonna go on so many rides. And then they close it, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do now? I guess it'll be closed for like a week, you know? How long could it go? A week? That's what I thought. When when we were in the office and COVID was first a thing, I was like, oh, I guess I'll stay at home for a few days, you know? How long could this last? Like a week? 2 weeks? That's what everyone thought. It was like, okay, we can work from home now. And then it's been years. I'm just working at home forever. It's crazy they tried to reopen that early. Yeah. It's weird. Maybe they refund? I actually don't know how they dealt with it. A lot of plans got ruined. A lot of plans got ruined, and you're laughing. How could he laugh at them? Haha. Yo, it's Goofy. You know who's Goofy? Disney. For reopening that park so early. They're the real goofs. Got him. Let's see, local only socially distancing at Disneyland was great. We went to all the rides with mostly no lines. When was the last time you went there? Was it recently? I'm gonna assume it's open now. I think I saw some videos of the Universal whatever theme park in Japan. The one that has the Mario theme park. You know, I was watching some videos of people on YouTube who go to those, and I'm just like, these people are standing really close together. I don't know. It feels like too much. Yeah, only 2 weeks. Wow. There's no way it would last more than 2 weeks. So I remember hearing about COVID before the US lockdowns, and I was like, wow, new sickness. Yeah. New sickness just dropped. What are the drop rates for the new sickness? 1%. That was a thing. I remember I was like, the price of a face mask was really expensive. Because I was like going to Japan, and face masks weren't really much of a thing here yet. I mean, they existed, but like, you know, no one was wearing them. And since I was about to go on a Japan trip, my dad was like, okay, I'm gonna buy some face masks for you, just to make sure that you're safe. And then it was so expensive. People knew that it was in high demand, so they increased the prices a lot. And then I got them, and then I just ended up not going to Japan. See, Disneyland has been open for almost 2 years, but no restrictions was only last year. They gotta have some restrictions, right? Didn't they have, like, you know, you could... Wait, you can just go in there without a mask? Everywhere? You can just, like, be outside? They don't check. I know, like, some conventions also. Wasn't there a whole thing about how, like... I forget which convention, it might have been Anime Expo, where they said, okay, people have to wear masks, they have to provide vaccination proof. And then people were like, yes, finally, good idea. And then they, like, at some point, they were like, actually, never mind. Never mind, just kidding. And then all the people that were, like, going there under the assumption that it would be safe, they all got upset. Reasonably. Because, you know, some people were like, you know, from out of the state, they went a long way. They bought their hotel tickets, and then they went there, and people were not wearing masks. Or some places say, like, okay, we'll check your vaccination card and make sure you have a mask. And then you go to the convention, and they don't actually do that. Don't actually check at all. See, didn't toilet paper become so high value during that time? I think I remember that as well. I vaguely remember that being a thing. I don't know if it was in the US. Wasn't it in, like, some other country? Maybe it was in the US. But I don't remember having an issue here. It was in the US? I don't know. They had one N95 mask for a different reason. They're reused for reusing a mask. What the? This guy out here reusing a mask? Is it true that your mask, like, loses its efficiency as soon as you touch it? Is that a thing? Is that really a thing? Also, welcome Hardcore Hunter. There was a guy who bought a heck ton of toilet paper and he gave it away because he was scared of getting robbed. Imagine getting robbed for toilet paper. Some criminals just be like, yo, this guy's got like 1 billion rolls of toilet paper. He's the next target. And you know, like on Halloween, you know, a thing that people are known for doing pranks on Halloween is just like throwing eggs at things and also throwing toilet paper. Do they know how valuable toilet paper was? You think they were like hoarding it? People were like, yo, my home's not gonna get toilet paper this year. Because if they throw it, you know, I'll collect it. It's expensive. Some guy out there catching the toilet paper. Reselling it on the black market. Someone would do that. There's gotta be someone. Eggs, you think there's someone who's like scraping up the eggs? Oh no, yeah, oh no, I hope I don't get toilet paper thrown. In this economy? Toilet paper in this economy? Going down to the docks? Yeah, exactly. That's where, how do you know where they are? How do you know they're at the docks? Doxed? They do have docks. They're doxing things. So welcome, Yugi King. Welcome to Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Also, I should hydrate. It's been an hour. Also, welcome Yenny Penny. Did I not greet you? Oh no, I was okay. It was someone else. The same colored name. Okay, Pink Popo's name I think is in the same color as yours. Yeah, it's pink. It's Thursday, not here. It's Wednesday here. Okay, I'm gonna hydrate. I will hydrate right now. Yeah, green chat. Look at all these green names. Oh, there's so many. You got Choco Jacks, you got Mirkern, you got Slime Molder, Hardcore Hunter. Everyone's green. Some kind of green name gang. What do you think is the most common name? the most common name color on Twitch? You think it's green? There's a lot of green in this chat. I will forever be a random color name. I simply choose not to choose a color. It'll show up differently everywhere. Oh, that's the green. That's the green guy, Nano Dan. The Nano Dan who is green. Anyway, that's a thing. What's the default name color? There is none. If you don't pick a name color, it chooses randomly for you. See, if I type, okay, let me type something in chat, and it'll show up as a different color for everyone. See, I'll be like, you know, test. Here it shows up as like orange. Over here it shows up as green. In this overlay it shows up also as orange. It's different for everyone. But once you choose a color, you can no longer go back. You know, it's set in stone. You can't set the value back to null. Yeah, all the colors. Every color. It's a Schrodinger's color. As soon as someone perceives it, it's a different color. You ever think about Schrodinger's cat? How's that cat doing? Say green, purple, red, then blue. You think purple names are that common? Are they? Is there even a purple name in this chat? Okay, Cole is purple. Oh, it might be random. Is this a random name color? I don't know. If you have Prime, you can change your colors as much as you want. Well, even if you don't have purple, even if you don't have Prime, I think the Prime thing is that you can choose whatever color you want. If you're not Prime, you get to choose like a specific set of colors. If you want it to be specifically this hex code, you could. Musically is purple. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it's true, she is. Purple just like Twitch.tv. I thought at one point you could pick your own color for the name. You could freely pick your own custom one. I think you still can. Yeah, you can choose the specific color. Karagi dance. Colorblind. Do blind people know? Do colorblind people know? I mean, they can see things. They can see that some colors are lighter or darker than other colors. The value. They're judging based on the value. That's pretty cool. It's like one way of being remembered. You know, often when I see like, you know, if I think of certain people, I think of specific colored names. It'd be so weird to see them with a different name color. Like if Hamflo didn't have this shade of blue, I'd be like, this isn't the same Hamflo. It's just like another guy. It's a totally different guy. What is an underrated color? I don't know. There's many colors. Anytime I change my name color, I realize that many of the streamers I watch are on a spectrum and don't like that, so I have to change it back. It's not just that I'm associated with green, but this shade of green. Yeah, it's also the specific shade. It's like you got this one, you got that one. I think Twitch also has like a setting that you can set in the chat to have like more visible names or whatever. What's it called? Like what's the name for it? Some sort of like more easily recognizable colors. Chat appearance. Readable colors. Yeah, there's a readable colors. Wait, what does that do? If I turn that off, it looks the same. Everything looks the same to me. I don't know, but that's a thing. I think if like some people, the people that have Prime, you know, sometimes they'll pick a color that's really hard to see. Oh yeah, if they set their color to white or black. True. That is a thing. It's difficult when people start changing their colors. Who are you? Yeah, exactly. Imagine if Nanodan was not green. It's his whole identity. You could do that. You could do that for April Fool's Day. Yo, what if for April Fool's Day you guys all change your color to something else? You'll really trick the streamer. They'll be like, "Who's this? Do you get hacked? Your color, you used to be this shade of green. Now you're a slightly different shade of green. You used to be hex value 00FF." It's like when folks change their display name and profile picture. Honestly, I hate when people do that. I hate when people set their display name to not include their name, you know? The people that do it all the time. There's people that I follow on Twitter, and, you know, they'll set their display name to something. It's something different every few weeks. And then when I see that they retweeted something, I'll be like, who the heck is this guy? Like, hover over the name. Let's see the name. Yeah, exactly. How are they supposed to, you know? You can at least put your name in, like, you know, at the beginning, and then put like some other thing at the end. They could do it. I wish there was a setting to have it always show their Twitter handle somewhere, you know? Even if they change their name. Just put their Twitter handle in like parentheses. You know? When they're retweeting stuff. Haven't changed my Discord name / profile picture since 2014. Damn. That's a long time. That's like, you know, when I see 2014, I think, oh yeah, that's like 5 years ago. No, it was like 9 years ago. 2014 was 9 years ago, guys. Ever consider that time is a thing? Doesn't it feel like 2014 should have been like 6 years ago? It's not. It's not though. Man. I think on Discord you can set notes for a user, right? You could put a note saying, okay, this guy is this name. Actually on Steam, if you change your name on Steam, I think people can click your profile and still see your previous names. And so when you see someone change their name, you're like, who the heck is this guy? You can see their previous identity. Oh, Steam has specific nicknames? Yeah, that's good. I wish other places had that. Maybe I should join on the April Fool's one. No, because if I change my chat name color, I can never change it back to random. I need to have that unpredictability, you know? I'll show up in chat. Some days my name is orange, sometimes it's red, sometimes it's blue. No one knows. No one. You'll be like, who the heck is this guy? Oh, it's a Wolfie. Welcome, Mint. See, another green name. We're talking about green names. Also, welcome, Zoli. Another green name. So many of them. Time moves. True. Can you also change your Twitter handle anytime? The only problem is when other people can claim your old name. Yes. You can change your Twitter handle at any time. I don't do it though. I don't think I've ever changed my Twitter handle. I just like make a new account. That's just how things are. And goodbye, sleepy big wee. You're gonna take a nap. A huge nap, not just like a regular size nap. That's cool. I memorize names in chats by name and color, so random ones throw me off. I do that as well. When I see certain people, I'm like, yo, this guy. That's just how the brain works. right? I've mentioned when I used to stream on YouTube. On YouTube, they show the user's avatar next to their name. And so, like, I would always just memorize the avatar. You know, to the point where I don't remember their actual name. I remember what the avatar looks like, but not what their actual name is. And so when I come to, like, remembering someone, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the guy with this avatar. What was his name? I don't know. I don't freaking know. But on Twitch, you know, you got the color, you got the name. 2 things to associate. When does a nap become a sleep? I don't know. I think all naps are sleep, but not all sleeps are naps. You know? Yeah, I also think probably around 2 hours. I would say like 2.5. 2.5 or 3 hours. Because I would have naps that are around 2 hours. I think my default nap time, amount of time that I would nap, probably around 2 hours. And that's much longer than I would want it to be. Handflow just goes by color and name length. I think I have time to read names, but you do. I know, I'm in your streams. You'll read a name and then you'll say hello in a funny voice. Not a funny voice, just like a higher pitched voice. Don't think I don't know. I'm there. I'm there every day. 8-hour nap, yeah. People be sleeping for 8 hours. I've actually been sleeping pretty well recently. I don't know what it is. Like every time I wake up in the morning, it's like I feel extremely well rested. You know, like when you wake up like an hour before you're supposed to, and then you already feel like you're well rested. You're like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. I don't need to be awake for like another hour and a half. And then you just go back to bed. But you will already feel well rested. That's a good feeling. I've been having that feeling for like the past week. And I don't know what causes it. Like I don't know why this is happening. Why am I suddenly resting well? Like sleeping slightly earlier maybe? But like go to bed. Usually I would go to bed around like 1 a.m. I think recently I've been sleeping slightly earlier. The lucid dreams you get when going back to sleep after waking up. I haven't had one of those in a while. It's been quite some time since I've had a lucid dream. It was cool when I used to have them though. Those were some fun times. Good times being able to fly in a dream, that's pretty cool. Classic. One of the classic lucid dreams of all time. The flying dream. I would recommend it. Anyway, but that's it. That's cool. Sleeping? Anyone up here sleeping? Anyone sleeping recently? Me. I've slept. I've slept so much. Yo, everyone here. I hope everyone here slept well. Or had some amount of sleep greater than 0. Anyone out here hydrating? Anyone out here drink water recently? I did. I did 15 minutes ago. Snoozing. Oh yeah, okay, so one thing is, speaking of snoozing, I used to have an Android, as many of you know, and then I switched to iPhone. I think it's really weird that the iPhone doesn't let you change the snooze duration on your alarm. It's always set to 9 minutes for some reason. You can't change it. I'm sure there are other apps, but like by default, when you press snooze, it's always like 9 minutes. And I think like on Android, the default is like 5 minutes, and I got used to that. You know, I would go to sleep, wake up, have the alarm, press the snooze button, which is like 5 minutes. Now I have to I wake up and then I have to close. Because 9 minutes is too long. I don't know why they chose 9 minutes, why they don't let you change it, you know? Why 9 minutes? It's really weird. I feel like 5 minutes is the ideal snooze duration. Right. Other than that, they recommend setting multiple alarms, and I'm like, I don't do that. I never snooze, I turn alarms off. Anyone out here setting like 5 alarms? You know, so I know some people, they'll set an alarm for some time. They'll set another alarm for like 5 minutes after that. Another one for like 5 minutes after that. I've never done that. We've slept through 3 alarms. That's too many. That's way too many alarms. I've always felt like I didn't actually need alarms, you know? Usually, even when I do set an alarm, I usually wake up like around the time that I need to, before the alarm goes off. Like if I set my alarm to 9:30, I will always wake up at like 9:20 something, and then I'll just be awake waiting for the alarm to go off. It's like a weird superpower. 9 minutes is a classic snooze default length for plain old alarm clocks. I wasn't aware of this. But like, why 9 minutes? Why not 10? You know, 9 is like a weird number. Your sleep hygiene sounds buff if that's the case. Yeah. Because like, I always wake up at like a consistent time. My entire life is around consistency, you know? Streaming consistency. Always streaming 5 p.m. Eastern time. Always wake up around 9:30 Eastern now. You know, now that I don't have to commute. I wake up at 9:30. That's cool. And then I just log on at 10. Get into double digits, you're starting to mess with my head. The 10-minute snooze. 10 is not too weird. I feel like 10 is like... Yeah, it's like a nice round number. 9 is like, you know, why 9? Is it because it's like the maximum before it reaches 2 digits? What about the 1 hour snooze? That's not a thing. People don't do that. Why would someone snooze for 1 hour? It's probably someone out there. Oh yeah, I remember some time ago. So my favorite streamer, Northern Lion, he does some streams sometimes where he reacts to posts on, there's a Reddit called Am I the A-hole? Except instead of a-hole, it's like the actual word. And he'll just go through that forum, and then he'll just read some stuff. There was one where like a guy would set an alarm at like 5 a.m. He'll set one at like 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And because he likes the feeling of like having an alarm be like being woken up by an alarm, but still being able to go back to sleep. And then he did that. But then he had like a wife who like also would sleep next to him, and then she got annoyed with the alarms. And he's like, am I the bad person for setting 3 alarms at various times of the day because I like the feeling of waking up? The conclusion was yes. Yes, he was weird for that. Too weird won't be so awakening. What? Too not weird won't be so awakening. I don't understand what that means. Yo, Fire Emblem. Yo, the latest Fire Emblem. Anyone out here playing Fire Emblem Engage? I know Chocodex is. She was playing it yesterday. She's playing it today and tomorrow. And the day after that. You guys know you can have you can adopt a pet in that game. As a sheep. You can adopt a sheep as a pet. Also, welcome, Sam. I don't know. I've only played Fire Emblem Awakening. That was the only Fire Emblem game I've played. Can't stop, won't stop engaging. It's a very engaging game. Did I welcome Robomoo? Did you change your name color? Isn't your name color usually like pink? Or is it random? No, you change your color. I remember. It used to be pink. Exactly, Choco just remembers. It used to be pink. Also, welcome Luke's Aid. What the heck? Another green name converted to green name? How could you? How could you abandon the pink colored names? I played Awakening, but I literally stopped when I was about to fight the big bad guy. I don't know why. I've done that before. I'm sure, I forget which game it was, but I'm pretty sure I played at least one game where I just like played through most of it, and then I just stopped. For some reason. I don't know. Wolfie tweaking out over chatter colors? Look, we were talking about this. It was an entire subject of discussion earlier. You're out here changing your name color? I remember. Obama awarding himself a medal meme? This is probably the best segue I ever did. Fire Emblem? Yeah, you changed the subject to Fire Emblem. Yeah, if you like Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon is good too. I feel like I'm indifferent to Fire Emblem. It's like I thought it was fine. I don't feel like playing another one. Definitely stopped at the last boss of a 40-hour JRPG. That is understandable, because those games are always really long. You know, like as a kid, I would always be like, yo, this game is 50 hours long. I love that. Love to have a 50-hour game. And now I'm like, when I see a 50-hour game, I'm like, I wish this game was like, you know, 5 hours long. I think I actually, like a long time ago, like one of the Dragon Age games was on sale, and I looked it up and I was like, yo, this game is like 50 hours long. That's like so much content. It's so cheap. I bought it and then I played like an hour and I'm like, I don't feel like playing this game. And then I stopped. And then I quit. But you know, if I had continued, it would have been 50 hours. Or more. 50 plus hours of content. Has a handful also played whichever Fire Emblem Corrin was from? I don't know. I don't even know. I think I knew who that is, though. They're in Smash Bros, right? Corrin? I lost interest because I completely fricked up Corrin by demoting him from the dragon guy. Some generic mage. I don't even know. Like his class? Fire Emblem has classes. I don't want to get engaged, but it would be yet another Fire Emblem I started but have yet to finish. I was also thinking of Corn. Corn Fates? Like cornflakes? Has anyone done this? Is there an edit? Corn Fates? Dragon class? Yeah, dragon. Jeez. Got him. I heard a lot of people seem to like Three Houses though. When that game came out, I'd see a bunch of people retweeting many fan arts of Fire Emblem Three Houses. And there were three of them. Oh, there were 3 houses though. There was the first house, there was the second house, and there was a third one. Drag on. Welcome, Probs Not Jack. Yeah, drag on. I think the DLC added a 4th house. See, that's what I was gonna say that as a joke. Like, remember when they added a 4th house? Whoa, Fire Emblem 4 houses? But did they actually? Oh, there was? Oh, shoot. They read my mind. How could they do that? How could they call it the 3 houses? And then have a 4th house? What was the 4th house? Absolute madmen. You can't trust them. You can never trust them. they'll be out here. Next thing you'll tell me is that, you know, they'll have a 5th house. 4th house was the 4th one that lived in the sewers. Was the 4th one that lived in the sewers? Did the other 3 houses also live in the sewers? Were there other... Ashen wolves. Yeah, I thought it was like a wolf thing. I guess I'm right. The other 3 lived on the surface? But then who was... You said it was the 4th one that lived in the sewers. What about the other 3? Sewer. Hardly know her. I'm hardly even aware. Pursuing legal action against her? Messed up my message? Oh no. When streamer reads your message and then you realize that you said it incorrectly. Anyone here can relate? Class action lawsuit. Yeah, class. They do have classes, right? Fire Emblem, it's got classes. You can be a fighter. You can be one of those archers. You can be a winged knight. Pegasus Knight, right? Or one of those? I don't know. You could be axe guy. You could be anything. It reminds me of that one meme. Which one? Where someone says something in chat and then they change the name of the group chat to be the name of their typo. When everyone repeats the word that was said wrong. Word wrong. Yo, typo. Oh, he's typing it wrong. Imagine ever typing something. This is why I only type emotes. I only ever say emotes in chat. This one? Which one is this? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. I remember this one. This one means friend. That's pretty cool. What is that anyway? Is that a demon? Is that a dog? What kind of thing is that? Truck freak? Cryptid. Also welcome Toaster. Yo, you changed your name color back, Robo. You're now pink again. Wolf's no. Wolf's no. Friend. The friend. Yo, Kimono friend though? Has someone done a version of this meme except they replaced them with kimono friends? What type of friend are you? And then they have like serval. They got the bear. They got a salamander. They should do that. You'll get several upvotes. Pronounce it Droog. It's the name of a cryptid featured in a cursed image of Deathclaw from the Fallout video game series. I have never played any of the Fallout games, but they are pretty popular. They got Fallout 1, they got Fallout 2, they got Fallout 3, they got Fallout 3 New Vegas, which was apparently made by a different company. They got Fallout 4, they got, and then they skipped to Fallout 67? Or was that something else? Was it Fallout 76? Don't tell Mint, but I thought New Vegas was fun. Don't people generally enjoy New Vegas though? 76, okay, yeah, it was 76. Isn't New Vegas regarded as a game that many people enjoy? Or was I mistaken? I don't know. Though I don't even play those games. I remember seeing a speedrun of it though. One year they had like a donation incentive at GDQ. And I forgot what it was, but it was like It was a speed run to get yourself killed as soon as possible. I forgot what the criteria was. It's like there's a glitch in that game where you could be a baby and then you could die or something. The speed run was like to die as fast as possible as a baby. And I remember actually, it was the year when Iwata passed away, and then the donation incentive was like name the character. And I guess the people didn't know that, like, you know, that was the run, and then he named the character Iwata, and then he died. Also, welcome Karin channel. Thank you for the raid. What were you doing? I'm gonna shout you out. Hedgehog raid. Hold on, shout out. I'm doing the shout out. Retro, that could be anything. That could be anything. Okay, Karin _CH. You will never know what it is. I think I recognize your name by the fact that Nanodan uses your emote sometimes. Is that true? I knew it, Nanodan. He does use your emote sometime. And I click on them and I'm like, who's this? And now you're here. See, I recall a GDQ run of all Fallout games. All of them. But this also welcome Jimmy Map. Or some people call you Jimothy Cartography as a map. Hedgehog raid. What game were you? What kind of retro game was it? Sonic the Hedgehog. He's a hedgehog. Oh, this one, right? This hedgehog. The hedgehog that spins. What the? Welcome, Pex the Taurus. Welcome. Shin Megami Tensei. What, the first one? I don't know why I said the first one. I've never played any of them. But hopefully you had a good stream. We're just out here on a lake, chilling. Just talking about Fallout for some reason. People naming games, and I could say I've never played that one. It's a pretty common occurrence. Hedgehogs more like bush boars. Yeah, am I right, gamers? Do people say that? Is that a thing people say? Bush boars? I was watching, I got like a YouTube recommendation, a YouTube short recommendation of a lady trying to sweep, and I guess she has like a pet hedgehog, and the hedgehog was trying to like protect her from the broom, and so it would like constantly move between her and the broom and then turn around so that the broom would like hit the spikes on its back. I'm just here reacting to content, describing videos that I've seen. Came with the raid, gonna go to sleep. Good night, goodbye, thanks for stopping by. As well, I'm gonna do this thing, you know, raiders, feel free to do other things. You know, you can go drink water, you can go eat something, you could go to sleep, you could go play video games. You don't have to be, you could be anywhere. But if you choose to stay, that's also fine, that's also cool. See, Toaster says, I bet the streamer has never played Archaea. You are correct. I have never played Archaea. I've never even downloaded it. They have pig-like snouts, but I'm not sure about them being related. Look, isn't everything evolved from like an amoeba or something? Single-celled organisms. They're sort of related. Letting people drink water, how generous? Yes. Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. You have your own free will. So generous for letting us do whatever we want. What if a streamer did that speech, except they said you can't leave? You know, instead of saying, okay, you know, streamers usually say you can do whatever you want, you can leave, you can do whatever. But one streamer be like, welcome raiders, you're not allowed to leave now. Look, I don't care that you spent all your time watching another stream. I don't care that you have to go to bed or like go eat food. You gotta stay here, guys. Not me though. I would never do that. So welcome Lum Kitty or Loom. It could be pronounced any way. Also came in with the raid about 5 minutes after randomly raiding to card. Yo, that does happen. Sometimes you'll just leave the stream on. There'll be like 5 raids into a raid chain. You'll think, how the heck did I get here? Why am I even here? See, also, like, there's plenty of water to drink in this game. It's probably not safe to drink this water. It's like, it's a lake, you know? There's fish everywhere. It's probably not too bad. But I would not recommend it. Let's see, hedgehogs are actually closer to shrews or moles. Like Sandshrew from Pokemon. Sandshrew. Instead of a hog. Is the hedge in reference to the spikes? Like a hedge is like, you know, like a grass hedge, right? Is that like spikes? Alliteration is fun. Germa makes raiders peep the horror. I think Germa doesn't even notice raiders. I've seen him get raided before. The raid message just gets drowned out immediately because there's so many people in this chat. No one even notices. First pronunciation was the correct one? Okay, Lum. Okay. I'm gonna remember this. See, I don't know where his misreading of my name came from, but I can track which streamers you watch by the variation. Who says Jim? Okay, I think Bodega Rat says Jimothy Cartography. Doesn't Mint also say that? Or something like that, cartography. Because, you know, like a map. No, she says, no, Mint says James Map. I remember. Please do not drink the lake water. Yeah, I would not. Toaster says, do you know every cup of lake water contains at least 3 molecules of fish pee? I thought it would be something like that. But look, we don't have to do that. We can summon... Wait a second, I have 2 of these? What the heck? No, I have 2. You can buy a... drink. Immediately delivered to you. Fresh. Fresh from the... book. They even got that drinking sound effect, you know? There you go. Also, welcome Cerebro. Welcome to the lake. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife. Yo, I know that song. That's the song that was Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog sang that song. Classic song. I don't even know the title of it. I don't know anything else about it. Mint says James. I knew it. He did, didn't he? Isn't that how most people know that song? Kermit the Frog. Once in a lifetime? Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did the cover. Once in a lifetime. Twice in a lifetime. I'm sure there's been like a lot of songs that I've never heard the original, but I've heard covers of it. Like a lot of ska songs. I don't know ska, but like Amelia Watson sometimes does karaoke where she sings ska songs, and that's like the only time I've heard them. There've been like some classic songs as well, like Wonderwall, right? Everyone is like a meme. Everyone's like, anyway, here's Wonderwall. I've never heard the original Wonderwall. I've only heard VTubers sing it at karaoke. It's probably many songs like that. Freebird. Which one is that? I don't even know. There have been times when I would like hear a song and then like, wait a second, isn't this song from this thing? And then turns out it was not from that thing. It was from something else. Like, you guys ever listen to like a song that's from an anime, but like outside the context of the anime? And then you realize it was actually like a well-known, just like a regular, well-known Japanese song. Outside of anime. Like Secret Base. You guys know that Secret Base often associated with anime fans that often associate that song with Anohana, and then they don't realize that it was actually an already existing popular song in Japan. Exactly, Secret Base, yeah. Secret based on what? Based on memories. Memories of summer. That's a thing. Renai Circulation? No, isn't Renai Circulation originally from anime though? The ska cover of a classic 80s song, how original. Aaron Barrett from hit ska band Real Big Fish after covering a classic 80s song. You don't understand the reference. See, I was thinking of something older, don't know the song. Country Roads, yeah, there's also the Japanese cover of Country Roads. I think it was used in like a Ghibli movie. And there's a lot of Japanese people who have watched Ghibli movies and they're like, yo, I love Country Roads. The classic song from the Ghibli movies. And they found out it was a cover. Also, welcome up Bread Botnick. Is that a reference to Dr. Robotnik? I was thinking Everybody's Circulation. Talking the other way around. I don't know what that is. Whisper of the Heart had a plotline about them trying to translate Country Road into Japanese. I think I did. That sounds vaguely familiar. I don't think I watched that movie. Whisper of the Heart is the Ghibli movie? Oh, that's what it is, yeah. There's a lot of songs like that. People associate it with the content that it did not originally originate from. Nope, headset power is low, please plug in your headset. Okay. I plugged it in. I've turned on the charger. Let's see, if songs popular outside anime but into anime instead of songs taking a new life outside. Oh, I see. So you mean like songs that were originally from anime but then became popular in other contexts? That's a thing. The film had an English language parody about Tokyo called Concrete Road. Oh, those movies. No, it's always cool when that happens though. I'm just out there. Like, there have been some times when I would like... I've talked about this at least once on stream, but like... I think when I went to Japan, I heard some songs, like I was in like a random store and then I heard a song. And I was like, wait, is this song from somewhere? Where do I know this from? And I thought it was like a popular anime song. No, it was just like a well-known song. Or like, actually, so there have been a few times when I used to be really into Vocaloid, I would hear some songs on like Nico Nico, and it was like you know, that was the only time I've heard of that song, and for like 10 years or however long, I've known that song like as a Vocaloid song, and then when I hear it like on the radio in like a Japanese restaurant, I'm like, wait a second, they're playing Vocaloid music here, but like covered by a human. What's up with that? And then like I looked it up and I was like, oh, this this song that I thought was a Vocaloid song was just like a really well-known popular Japanese song. It's been years. Anyway, love when that happens. It's really cool. Would recommend listening to popular songs that are well-known but as Vocaloid covers. You can't even talk. But yeah, that's it. That's all. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I should go into night mode now. Gotta be at night, you know? so that it's not so jarring when I take off the headset and it's dark outside. Yeah, nodding emote. Anyway, we're at the part of the stream where I can ask you guys how you're doing. What have you guys been up to recently? You know, I'll move. I feel like I've been staring down too much. Gotta check your posture as well. Here we go. I'll put the chat up here. Ow. Anyone out here doing posture stretches? Look, I'm stretching right now. It's Fishing Wednesday. Welcome, Bone Miser. Really good Vocaloid, Out of Touch. See, the only time I've heard Out of Touch was the Twitter account Out of Touch Thursdays. I did not know about that song until the Twitter novelty account came out. I'm not aware of it. Is it a Hall & Oates song? What is that from? Is that from something? Also reminds me of the Pro ZD skit where he's in a car and he's like playing a song from Naruto, and his friend is like, "Where's this from?" And then he names the band that it's from, and then his friend's like, "No, where's it from?" And he's like, "Oh, well, Naruto." Classic Pro ZD skit. And where's this from? Where's this from? It is. I learned that today, actually. Or yesterday. Northern Line was talking about Hall & Oates, and I was like, I've heard of these people. And then he talked about Out of Touch, and I was like, wait, that's a Hall & Oates song? I don't know anything about them. Let's see. During start of stream, walked a taco truck that happened to be closed, had to change plans, just got home. I hate when that happens. Like when you're so prepared, like you look up the menu ahead of time, you go to a place and then you find out they're closed, or like they don't have what you wanted to order. Like there was a time when I wanted to go to Popeyes, and I looked on their website and they had like some sort of special deal going on. And then like I was like looking it up on my phone, I had it open, you know, and then I went to the store, I went to Popeyes, and then I said, okay, there's this deal, you guys have this? And they said no. And then I was like, oh shoot. And then I just stood there like for 10 minutes looking at the menu, like deciding what I wanted to order. It sucked. It's awful. If only they had it. I wouldn't have had to spend so much time standing there. Who can relate? Let's see. Cole says, finally got confirmation that I'm not being laid off this immediate period of time. Let's go. Let's go. Not being laid off. That sounds really cool. These guys do be Hall & Oates. Yeah, Holland. I always thought it was Holland Oates. I only listened to Hall & Oates because of Northern Line. That's the first time I heard of them as well. I didn't even know they existed until he mentioned them. Ordering from menus does suck. It only sucks when they don't have what you originally wanted. You know? You're like, I'm here, I'm going to get this thing. And then they don't have it. I'm like, well, this ruins my whole day. Can't believe they did this to me. Anyway, it's cool that you are not getting laid off. It's pretty cool. I think a lot of tech companies are doing layoffs. You think they're just doing it because, like, other people are doing it? You know, like, there's, like, the massive layoffs from, like, Facebook and Twitter. And then other companies were like, well, I've been meaning to lay off a bunch of people. Never was able to find a time to do so. But, you know, now that all the big companies are doing it, you know, now that we finally have an excuse. And then people will just be like, oh, yeah, it's just part of the big thing that's going on. Yeah, that's what's happening, probably. That's my impression. Twitter, Facebook. Was there another major company? Didn't Google announce they were laying off like 12K people? That's like a lot of people. 12 kilo people? 12,000 people? Let's see, Toaster says only slightly related. But I got boba a few days ago, right before they closed. The worker was like, we have all this extra, do you want a free extra one? And half a cup. That's so much. Just like without the liquid, just like the orbs. The spheres. Just for free. That's pretty cool. I'm not actually a huge fan of those. Normally I just get milk tea like by itself. Without the boba. Without the pearls. Some people call them pearls. I was never really a fan of like, you know, like when you're drinking something, I don't want to be chewing, you know? It's either all liquid or like all chewing. I don't want to like be drinking and then have to chew. It's too much effort. Time to make your own milk tea. I do that. I just get tea and then pour milk in it. They're riding in Twitter's tailwind. Oh, tailwind CSS. Cascading style sheets. See, Cole says, my company has been doing very bad at communicating with employees and leaving people in fear for extended periods of time. Maybe that's a sign to look for a job elsewhere. I don't know, maybe. So I think when at my previous company, there was this whole thing where they opened an office somewhere else, you know, because it's cheaper to get labor there. This was before COVID, and everyone got concerned, and they did a really bad job of explaining their decisions about like opening a new office in somewhere else. And then a lot of people left, and then they're like, "Oh shoot, a lot of people are leaving. We gotta do something about this." And then they offered to, you know, they wanted to give us a contract. You know, sign this. You stay here for like a year or two. We'll give you some more money. And then I said, heck no. And then I left. That's pretty cool. See, I like the combination of sugar, caffeine, water, and chewing sugar orbs. Yeah, oh, the sugar orbs, though. Heck no. I didn't actually say heck no. But in my brain, I was like, I'm not signing this. There's like a whole clause about how, if I were to leave, I had to let them know, and then I can't, you know, sign up for certain companies. I can't apply to certain companies. And then, if they terminate me, I would have to stay there as like a contractor for up to 12 months, and I was like, what the heck is this? And then I just didn't sign it. I did end up staying for like close to a year though, which is like the length of the contract. But still, it was the principal. Not the principal of the school. Everything is weird that principal is like, you know, a person in charge of a school, but spelled differently. It's like a concept. Yeah, 12 months. That's a long time. It was actually supposed to be 2 years, but we negotiated it down. We were like, wait a second. And I mean, we as in like my coworkers also got the same offer. And I did know some people from other teams that did sign it, and you know, they're presumably still at the company. You know, I don't know. I enjoy this job much better. It's cool not being on call. Like just earlier today, when I was thinking about how I've been sleeping well recently, I was like, man, if I was at my old job, I would probably be woken up at like 2 a.m. like every few weeks, being on call. It's not about the outcome, it's about sending a message. Exactly. You gotta let them know that you can just leave. You can just leave at any time. And then I did. And that's cool. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool, though. It's pretty legit. What else? What else? Did anything else happen recently? It's cool that we can talk about. Oh yeah, I learned yesterday on Hamflo stream that the Rick and Morty guy, what was his name? That guy. they're canceling He got canceled for something, for assault or whatever. But they're still continuing to make Rick and Morty. How are they gonna do it? That cringe guy? Is he cringe? I've never watched Rick and Morty. The 3D Niji Sanji debuts. Oh yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Yeah, there was Illyra had her debut, 3D debut 2 weeks ago. Finana's was last week. Pomu Rainpuff's 3D debut this Friday. Looking forward to that. He voiced every other character, so it's gonna be weird that the voice actors are gonna change. He was Rick and Morty. How did he do that? How could he be both of them? Yeah, not Rick and or Morty. It's both of them. Both these protagonists. Pomu about to be real, true. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, and then they announced like the entirety of Niji Sanji EN waves 1 to 5 are getting 3D models. Except Folger for some reason. And having some sort of AR live. That seems pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Richard and Mortimer. Not watching the show long ago that I don't really mind. I've never watched it. Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rigor Mortis. I always thought that was... That's like the reason they're named that? Because of that term? Pretty sure that's what it was. Anyway, I don't think my IQ could be high enough to understand Rick and Morty though. So I'm not affected at all by this news. That's just the thing. In case there were any Rick and Morty fans in chat somehow, and you somehow didn't already know, then this is how you find out on my stream. It's me on the lake. Link will show me how to download IQ. Just click on the button. The NFT. Well, there's some sort of chronic back issues or something preventing him from being in the concert. Yeah, that's what I heard. I did see this as well. Welcome, Jose. Oh yeah, fishing stream. It's not actually a fishing stream. I haven't fished like even once this stream. Yeah, but there is a fish here. There is a fish here though. This fish was caught on the first stream of the year. It's still here. It's just out here chilling. Chilling on the boat. Actual clickbait. No. No, what did I title the stream? It's titled... Yo, he is fishing? How does he do it? Okay, I guess that is clickbait. I guess I did not actually. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna fish. Here, we'll catch one fish today. And I will release it. It's in the title of the game. Catch and release. Yep. Not even the ironic clickbait. Actual for real clickbait. He is fishing. Yo, we are fishing right now. Does he even know what he was fishing? Yo, let him fish though. Let him cook. How does he do it? How am I doing it? How did I do it? Whoa, he's doing it. We're waiting. We're out here in the rain waiting for the fish to show up. Oh, there it is. There's a fish. Time to reel in the fish. Here we go. This is what you're all here for. The fish. That's right, that's right, I'm doing it. He's done it. He's catching, he's reeling in the fishing rod with the fish on the end. Completely accurately. This is how someone would do it in real life. I get it, in real life. Wow. Because it's a real life. There's gotta be like a fishing like podcast or like a show or something called Real Life. Has to be. This can't be the first time someone's thought about this. Real life. The real life, TRL, the real life. It's about fishermen. Fishing, real, fishing. Real, is the fish even real? It is, let him cook. Yo, what if they had fishing? Sorry, not what if they had fishing. What if they had cooking in this game? What if after you caught the fish, you could cook it? You know, instead of just releasing it or like throwing it in the cooler. What if they got a little stove on the boat? DLC. They will never update this game. Their last update was like 2 years ago. It would be cool. Oh, look, it's the first fish. The first fish of the stream. Look at this right here. We got this fish. Here it is, guys. Whoa, look at this. Look at the pog fish. They should update the game just for me. They should. I'm gonna throw this fish really far. Yep. $5.35. Catch and release or cook. Or catch and yes. You need parentheses so we know which one. Order of operations. Well, I guess and. Catch and release or cook. The parentheses would go around release or cook. The Pogfish DLC. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all the topics that I have prepared for today. Now the rest of the stream will just be me standing here, occasionally reacting to content that you guys have to talk about. I prepare topics? No, I don't. I don't actually. What now? I don't know. I sort of prepare topics. You know, like when I have my log-seek document where I write down stuff that happened. I don't necessarily look through it before stream, but you know, I'm writing stuff down. I'd be like, this thing, here's the thing that happened. But it's not specifically for stream. I know some streamers do that though. Some streamers do prepare topics, and I think that's cool. I think it's cool to be prepared, you know? You can have stuff to talk about. You don't have to ever be like, so now what do I do? You know, sometimes it's resolved. If you're playing a game, you know, where you can just talk about the game. Not this one. In this game, you can't talk about anything. Don't forget to claim the weekly free Epic game if you don't have Epistory. Is that the typing game? I did redeem that one. I saw it and I was like, that's cool. I probably will never play it. I've gotten the free Epic video games all the time and I never play them. Tag Barrel says, I just open my mind's mouth in my fingers and type stuff. That's an interesting way to phrase it. Your mind's mouth. It's speaking. I ordered a box of the Nijisanji with cross cards and they are supposed to finally get here on Friday. Oh yeah, you guys see the Pomu official card? It has many references to her stream. It's got the pineapple, sorry, it's got the kiwi pizza, it's got the multiple arms. It's got all their stuff. How much money does Epic Games use on free games? Do they make a profit? They definitely lose money from it. I think what I've heard is that the game developers, I think they get paid the full amount when someone redeems a free game. I think Epic is just doing it to get people to use their platform. What kind of cards collecting or playing? I think it's playing cards. With Cross, that's the game. Possibly. I don't know too much about it. I just know it exists. Sometimes they do unboxing streams. You know, because like Nijisanji, they're on the cards, so then they're like, I hope I get my own card, and then they do. They're also apparently signed. I don't know if they're like actually signed, or it's just like like digitally signed, something like that. Tim Sweeney personally hands a lot of cash to each developers. A lot of cash to the developers. Yeah, he goes to their house. He just he has the bag with the money symbol on it. You guys ever seen that? People just out here with the dollar signs on their bags. There's gotta be companies that make stuff like that, right? Companies that produce bags that have dollar signs on them. See, I've redeemed every single free game they put out since the beginning. Everyone, even like I remember around Christmas time, they had a new game every single day. You know, it was usually like one a week, but it was like every day it was a new game. It's pretty exciting. I never played any of them, and I probably will never. He wants you to pirate? No. The signatures are printed, it just makes a lot more rare version. Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like if they were like hand assigning the cards, it would be like so much because it would smudge, right? It would ruin the quality of the card. But yeah, they're printed. They're printed onto the card. They're drawn digitally once. Didn't they also have a thing where like some time ago, Niji En, you could like buy a custom voice pack with the signature. It came with like a signature. But did they sign that once and then it was copy pasted everywhere, or did they sign it uniquely every time? Actually, not sure. I used to do it constantly, then I realized all the games are bad. No, there were some good ones. There were some like pretty critically acclaimed games that they gave out for free. I don't remember which ones because I've never played them, but there are some well-known ones. See, I just want stuff on GOG, not only because it makes them easy to pirate. I've never used it. Critically acclaimed equals bad. No, acclaimed. Acclaimed is good. Welcome, Moonybug. No, you even posted in the Discord. You were waiting patiently. And now you're here. Subnautica. Yeah, Subnautica was given for free. Deadly Premonition. I don't know if Deadly Premonition was necessarily bad. You know, I watched Northern Lion play it. He had a lot of fun with that one. Classic moments. Bad memory. No, but you were in the Discord. You posted. You were like waiting. GOG gave you the exe file without DRM if you like. It's just nice of him. Yeah, that's my impression. Doesn't Itch also do that? No, I guess Itch is mostly for indie games. Deadly Premonition is great, but it got terrible reviews. I remember the second game though. The second game came out, it was like very confusing. I don't know. I feel like I would not really enjoy it, but you know, some people that understand movie references, they love that Deadly Premonition. There's a classic clip of Northern Lion talking. He's like talking about a movie that they were talking about in the game. Classic. You guys gotta watch that one. Good video. Then I immediately forgot. What the? Were you playing that Final Fantasy 14? Doing some quests. Just out there in the world. Forgetting about streams. See, GOG also gives free games. Sometimes I don't even know what I claim. Wait, really? They give away games for free? Do they get added to your account? Is it just like they just provide a download link one day? Can you re-download? Like if you claim it, you can just re-download it later for free? Hold on. GOG.com giveaway claim? Oh wait, you said there's no message unauthorized. Wow, they returned JSON with this? They're out here returning a JSON response. This isn't like a HTML webpage. see, IGN, awful in nearly every way. The Twin Peaks meets Resident Evil and Dash of Grand Theft Auto. Look, they just don't have an IQ high enough to understand the appeal. You have to sign up to their newsletter, and the giveaways are always timed, usually during sale times. Isn't there actually a Steam sale going on right now? Or like some sort of, isn't like Bandai Namco having a sale on Steam? I was like looking at the Dark Souls 3 page, and then there's like a banner at the top. Oh, there's another sale. Wait, what is this? Steam Base Builder Fest? What's that? What is this? What's that? What games are on sale? Ixion? Oxygen, not Fallout. Yeah, we were just talking about Fallout. Don't Starve Together, Year of the Bunny Man. City Skylines. I feel like a lot of people enjoy City Skylines. I don't really know that much about it. Anyone here a fan of Cities Skylines? Is that a good game? Oop. What the heck is this? Steam Points Shop? Wait, what? Special event and game profiles. Customize your Steam profile with these collections of avatars. Oh, these are just avatars. It's not on sale. Here's this final upgrade. Surviving the Abyss. Yo, Dwarf Fortress is on sale. It's 10% off. Didn't they say this game would never go on sale? It's only been out for like a month or two, right? I guess 10% off isn't really that big. No, it's like $3 off though. That's huge. $3. I don't know most of these games. Planet Zoo, Valheim, that was the thing. Remember when Valheim was all the rage? Are people still playing that? Subnautica. Plate Up, people love Plate Up. Let's see, too dumb for Oni. It's a bit too sandbox-ish. City Skylines. I don't even know what that game is. Tropico. Factorio. Factorio has reverse sales and gets more expensive. What's the deal with Factorio? That's the one where you automate stuff, right? It seems too big brain for me. Oh, Oxygen Not Included is I've never seen it abbreviated. Only Factorio is the factory game. It is the factory game. Does Steam give free stickers this Lunar New Year? Probably. I never actually used Steam Chat. I remember some time ago, a long time ago, when I used to actually play video games more often. Be chatting with people on Steam Chat. I feel like everyone nowadays prefers to chat on like Discord, you know, instead of on Steam. Factorio is the factory game. It's actually quite simple for a factory game, and I think a better introductory factory game than Satisfactory. Oh, it's okay. I always confuse those two. It was Factorio. One of them was like a top-down one, right? Is that Factorio or Satisfactory? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, Factorio. Yes. I have seen gameplay of both of them. I often get them confused. I guess because they both have the word factory in them. Hit the monkey. IRC time. Yeah, we're on IRC. We're on an IRC compatible client right now. Oxygen Not Included is fun, but man, it doesn't make my brain fry. Or man, if it doesn't make my brain fry. Optimal strategies are also extremely unintuitive. I don't know. I don't know if I would enjoy it. You know, I could probably, maybe I could do like one stream where I try it. But like looking at the screenshots and the videos, it's like it doesn't feel like my kind of game. Then again, like I did the same thing with Picross, right? I've seen Picross gameplay and then I never really got into it. And then I tried it and I was like, actually, this is really good. So maybe that's a thing. It has the EA stigma. Is EA games generally hated? Are they they're known for having microtransactions, right, in their games? Victoria becomes all numbers. Yo, I love numbers. Love when games have numbers. That's pretty cool. Wait, did I hydrate? Did I hydrate a second time? I forget. I don't think I did. I'm gonna hydrate because it's like it's 7 p.m. Alright. Let's see. Satisfactoria. At the very least, oxygen not included is very cute, so the misery. Oh, the misery. The misery of handling gas pressure is slightly alleviated. Don't know that much about the game. Early. Oh, right, early. Okay. Not EA games. Early access games. Well, but like I've seen like every game is basically in early access, even though it's like basically like done. Right? Like VR chat is technically in early access, right? And people have been playing that game forever. Some games are just like they just put early access for no reason. They're pretty much done. Satisfactory eventually becomes a decorating game where your cool buildings are also incidentally factories. Just like real life. What if people did that in real life? What if they just decorated their factories? No, people do that in Java. They have the decorator pattern, they have the factory pattern. They got the factory decorator. That's a thing. Satisfactory has to be really friggin' good for it to supplant Infinifactory. That's another game that I've never heard of. There's like a whole genre of games I've never played. I've never played any of the factory games. I don't know too much about them. Good night, Zoli. Have a good sleep over there in Germany. Infinifactory is not a factory build, but it has the word factory in it. How can they put the word factory in their name and not be a factory genre game? Zachtronics automation puzzle game? Isn't Zachtronics shutting down at some point? Didn't they say they were gonna release like their final game soon? And they were like, yeah, we've done all that we could. Here's our last game. They already did. Okay, they already closed down. The actual puzzle part of Infinifactory is the worst. Is the worst one. We don't want to make the same game again for the 10th time. Yeah, I guess like, you know, if your company gets the reputation for making certain types of games, then you can't really try to do like unique things anymore because, you know, people are expecting a certain thing. You're like, okay, I love this company. They always make the same game, and then they're just you decide to make a new type of game, and then everyone's like, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted more of the same thing. How dare you try something new? That's how it is. Yo, it's just like doing fan art, you know, artists that draw a lot of fan art of one specific thing, and then they try to do something else, and then no one cares. You know, that's, whoa. Hypothetically, of course. That's a thing. Zack and Co are still making games, just not Zachtronics games. Are there other people? Zach, it was named after Zach. Tronics. Zach and Tronics are separating? They're the only ones making them. What happened with Mobius Front? Is that one of the Zachtronics games? Wouldn't it be weird if they started making like FPS games, right? What if Zachtronics guys are just like, yeah, that's our thing now. We're gonna be making FPS. We're gonna be making a gacha game, a loot box game with anime characters. And then everyone's like, no, we want more programming games. That's probably what happens. Did they release a new game under their new brand? What if you made a turn-based military strategy game that no one liked? Dang. So welcome Hexa Digital. Fishing is a great use for VR. Yeah, it's too bad I'm not actually fishing though. I'm just on a lake. I did fish once this stream. I caught one fish. Programming games with gacha. Actually, I feel like if someone made like a gacha game with like an educational gacha game that was good, you know, people could roll, they could get their favorite waifu. But to do so, you gotta like learn programming. I'm sure it will get a lot of people into programming. Also, welcome Denchi. Any bear sightings? Not today. Not today, though. Right? They could have like a Picross gacha game. They could have a Minesweeper gacha game. I'm sure it would be, if they did it well enough, they could get people interested. It's a roll primitive data types. There's many things that have not been anime gacha-ified. They could do it. It would do well. SSR to do unconditional jumps. Yeah, you could unlock you know, I don't know. What if they made anime characters based on... Wait a second, that is the thing. There's a thing where people personify programming languages as anime characters, right? I remember seeing those as illustrations some time ago. They could do that, but as a gacha game. Do programmers like the Zachtronics games, or are they too close to work? Tis fun, but not very spectacular. I would assume that they do enjoy them. There are some games that you're like literally programming. Maybe not Zachtronics games, but there are some games when you're actually programming like JavaScript. Two kinds of programmers: those who enjoy their job and those that don't. I mean, that's true of like any job, right? That's usually how it goes. Although I feel like, okay, if you think of like jobs where people are more likely to enjoy their job, I feel like programmers tend to have a higher likelihood of actually enjoying programming outside of their jobs. Compared to like, you know, I don't know, someone like in the food service industry. Someone doing customer service. You think someone doing customer service, like in their free time, they're just like, I'm gonna go, just talk to, like, just be a customer service representative in my free time? No, but like programmers do that, right? I guess also like carpenters. Carpenters usually enjoy carpentry in their free time, probably. Bitburner, yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of. It's free on Steam, but I've never played it. Let's see, how about anime girl personified x86 assembler commands? It's probably someone has done it. Someone out there has probably done something like this. See, the ones who do like programming are the ones who also like programming games. Exactly. Also like musicians, yeah. People who make music for their career probably enjoy doing music in their free time. That's usually how it goes. But there's like, you know, there's some careers that's obviously it's just there. See, Cole says I like programming, but I hate programming for work. also understandable. Because usually the programming you're doing at work is like, I don't know, it's different. You're working on a large team. You have less influence over the design decisions and stuff like that. Like when you're programming for fun, you can do whatever the heck you want. You can choose whatever language and framework. If you're at a job, you gotta have other people. See, I also have some people who make bank at Google who are like, I would never want to code or play programming games outside of work. Well, yeah. It depends. It's varied, you know? Also, like, the programming stuff that they do at Google is like... No, it's like very specific. I feel like it's very specific. They're usually working in like Google's own ecosystem, typically. They have their own custom build systems, their own in-house everything. Hobby programming is fun, school, work programming is pain. It's like, I actually enjoy my work. It's cool that the stuff I do at work is like, well, I get to write Rust at work. I get to write async Rust at work. That's cool. You know, I was working the past few days, fighting against async lifetime issues using the codex, you know, link the limited codex reading bytes from the network. That's pretty cool. And I think it's weird that the fact that I think that's cool is kind of weird, right? Yo, love to write async code that reads bytes and parses them with the limited codec. But that's it. That's cool. See, thankfully my work is half hardware shenanigans, half programming. That's pretty cool. Are you like physically soldering things to circuit boards? What about that? What's up with that? And then you're like coding the rest of it. Logic boards. Finally get to Shazam this song and find his name. It's in Stream Beats Lo-Fi BGM Volume 7 somewhere. I feel like it would probably be better if I like stop using the in-game radio and I just like open Spotify. You know, so that the audio comes from both directions, because I know like for viewers, the audio changes direction based on which direction I'm facing, right? It must be kind of weird. You're just sitting there and you're like, I turned my head and suddenly the audio is coming from the left side. Now it's from the right side. If I played it on Spotify, you could hear it all everywhere. What happens if I toss the radio in the water? You could get a new one for free. In this one, if you buy the radio once, you can just click here to get it back again. But the annoying part is if you throw it into the water, it gets reset. So it doesn't keep the radio station or the volume and you have to adjust it again. That's a minor inconvenience. Had a ton of songs in the list. A Passion in Glory is this for sorry, Passion for Glory is his name. I see. Does the game have decent natural soundscape? I don't know what that means, but probably. I mean, I do hear it from different directions. I didn't know soundscape was a word until I checked like headphone reviews. Right, when I bought my first set of headphones that was actually more than like $20, I was reading the reviews and it was like, well, this thing provides a very clear, natural soundscape, which allows you to fully enjoy the audio in the way that the creators intended. I was like, what does that mean? The heck is a the heck is a sound stage? I don't even know. Do the birds go tweet and the breeze go swoosh and it's all nice? I like when it rains in this game. You got the sound of the rain and it's like, you know, it feels like you're actually there. Look, you heard a bird right there. Right, you guys hear that? There's a bird. Sometimes if you row over there, you hear mosquitoes. I hate that, which is why I never row over there. Wait, why are birds chirping at this time of day? It's like nighttime. Don't birds usually sleep? Right? If you hear a bird, I would imagine it to be an owl, like an owl or something. Owl. It sounds like a regular bird. It sounds like a bird you would hear in the daytime. Fake bird. Yeah, just like a speakers playing audio. Pre-recorded sounds of bird. Some do. Some birds. It depends on the bird. Different species of bird. Anyone here have a favorite bird species? You guys like birds? My immersion. You guys immersed. It feels like you're actually here on the lake. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool lake. Look, that cloud looks like a ditto from Pokemon. You guys see it? It looks like it's holding its arms out. As far as much as a ditto has arms. I like the four-copter bird with a GoPro on it. Oh, the fake bird. Welcome, Frusumi. Hello, welcome. Karagi Awu. It's pretty cool. Look, this is a Big Dipper. Possibly. Wait, wasn't the Big Dipper, like, on that side of the sky? Because I remember the boat, I used to have the boat over there. And I would look up in the sky and I would see the Big Dipper over there. Oh no, it's over there. It's over, wait, what the heck? What's that one then? I don't really know the difference. Yeah, the Big Dipper. What's the Little Dipper? What's the difference? How are they different? See that one, right? That one's the Big Dipper. You can tell because it's like a dipper. Yeah, bearded vultures, ravens. Yeah, look up bearded vulture. What does that look like? What is a bearded vulture? Let's look it up. We're looking it up. Whoops. Bearded vulture. Whoa. What the heck is this? What is this bird? This bird looks unhinged. It's 9:30 a.m. Yeah. It's early. Oh, that's around when I wake up. Every morning I wake up at 9:30. And then I stay in bed until 9:35. See, I've never met a bearded vulture, so maybe they're a-holes. Ravens are that. What do you think is the most, the bird that is the biggest jerk? Dragon, red, bone, griffin, vulture, a velociraptor. Nine 9:30 is the best time to wake up. I think it's a good time, right? You get enough rest. You could like sleep at like 1:30 and still get a whole 8 hours of sleep. You could have the worst. You could have the worst sleep schedule at 9:30. You wake up, it's still like a pretty decent time. Well, within reason, right? If you're sleeping at 5 a.m., then I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, guys. All right. I'm just here on a lake. Make sure to stand up and check my posture as well. Kia, New Zealand birds that act like drunk teens and destroy police cars. Is that the one that they named the car after? There's a car brand named Kia, but like K-I-A. Did they name that after the bird? New Zealand birds. What about emus? Are emus rude? That's the whole Great Emu War. Yeah, wolf's posture. Gotta make sure you're standing up correctly. Just you can reach up. There we go. Here, we're gonna do collaborative stretching. What is it called? Synchronize? What is that thing called when people do like the radio calisthenics in Japan? You know, that's the thing they do over there. In the morning, sometimes. They had that in Animal Crossing as well. We just stand there. I think they had motion controls. In the New Horizons, they had they introduced the radio stretching. You could do it in real time. Emus are probably not rude. Most dumb animals tend to just be by themselves. Kias get bored and wreck stuff to pass time. That's messed up. Where do you think they learned to do this? They just like, they just happen to be like that? It's just in their nature? I think they evolved to be like that, you know, maybe for self-defense. We may never know. I dance. I'm out here dancing. Welcome, Becca. Are we talking about emus? We are. We're talking about which bird you think is like the most naturally rude. Apparently there's a New Zealand bird. Wait, emus aren't birds. No, I mean which animal? Humans have a lot of wreckable stuff and it's probably fun to watch us get mad. You think animals understand when humans get mad? I mean, I'm sure pets do, right? Because if you're mad, I don't know, they could probably sense it. There's probably some animals that can sense humans being upset. Yes, definitely, for real. But you think the bird, if it steals stuff, you think it's aware that it's doing something morally bad? Wild animals totally can. They just do stuff to be jerks. Also, welcome Nano. Wait, you were here. Why did I welcome you? You were here earlier. You were part of the raid. At least intelligent animals that live in human environments. Or that live in human environments. Yeah, like cats. You ever think like when cats... Oh shoot, there's a wolf up there. You guys seeing this? Hold on. This is not like a bear situation again. This one should be pretty clear. You can probably see it. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, this thing, you see that thing up there? It's a wolf. It's in shadow, it's up there. I can't tell if I'm looking too far up or down. Well, I think here, it's over there. You see this? Ow. That's my wall. Okay, it's climbing down. Okay, now it's gone. That's a thing, right? That's a cool thing. Too far up, but it's visible. Yeah, I can never tell. You know, there has to be like a square telling you the vision. The Wolf of Wall Street, true. Yeah, there it is, yo. You guys saw it. It's real. It's real, just like the bear. The Wolf of Wall Street? Wolf of Wall Street, even? Yo, so true. So true. +2. +2 to Denchi's joke. And the Wolf of Wall Street. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for today. That's all. It was nice if there was a shortcut to add viewfinder reticle to what you're streaming. I think that would be cool. Oh well. Okay. Okay, let's find out what day today is and then raid someone. Let us check. Actual movie is bad? I don't know, I've never seen it. I was about to do shout out. Okay, today. What is today? It is Burns Night. National Irish Coffee Day. Opposite, yo, it's opposite day. Burns Supper. Fluoride Day. Library Shelfie Day. What? Take a selfie with the library shelf. Yo, National Fish Taco Day. You guys like fish tacos? National Florida Day. Observe the Weather Day. Then a bunch of birthdays. I don't know any of these people. Who the heck is Robert Burns? Okay, let's do National Fish Taco Day. It's not opposite day. Oh, got him. Okay, National Fish Taco Day raid. You can find a fish emoji. Why did I say a fish emoji? And also a taco emoji. I'll put them together. Okay, so yeah, fishy emoji. Right, Choco Jackson's playing Fire Emblem Engage. You can watch that. You can also watch Hamflo play. He's playing Super Mario Sunshine. Otherwise. Actually, okay. Alice Sawyer is doing a fishing stream. We can raid fishing stream into another fishing stream. What the heck is this? This doesn't look like fishing. What the heck is that? I don't know. I love how this looks like mine. What? Which one? Alright. My following list? Yo, but you're not following... I don't know, there's a lot of over... What the frick? 33 people? Alright, we got raided today. Yeah. Karen underscore CH with the raid. Yeah, tomorrow Dark Souls. I'll be playing Dark Souls. Friday, Kimono Friends Picross. Saturday, I don't know, we'll do something. I don't know what, we'll figure it out. Yeah, Otsu Wolfie. Until then, I will be sitting here waiting for the raid to go. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks, viewers. Also, welcome, Chosen Keeper. Clapping emoji. Okay, got the 3 clapping emoji. All of them. Here's all of them. Right, the raid's gonna go. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna stop talking. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you tomorrow, maybe.